the Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles, a great millstone, and honors and salutations to you Akim out there that's laboring in the truth and sincerity. And as you see, the title, it's gonna be a quick something that was in the news earlier today. When I seen it, of course, a lot of things came to mind through the spirit, scriptures, prophecy, and I just wanted to speak on it. I'm on my way to a job and everything. So the spirit, push the button. You know what I'm saying? Get it popping. And basically, things are popping. That's what this shows me. Continue like every day when you see this type of news and everything. And I hope that this is recording. Okay, yep, Shalom. All right, cool, Shalom. And again, Yahweh Bashman Shai Brakatah to all you brothers. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders, all you brothers out there, sincere brothers. And like I said, and you brothers probably seen it, because they got this thing, which some of the apostles and different brothers have been speaking about it. There's something we've been speaking about too, because see, the Most High, it's not just like the Most High is just going to drop the missiles on America and that's going to just be no, before that. And that's what Yahweh Shai was speaking about when he mentions in the book of Luke, the 12th chapter, man. He said, what will life would be already kindled, meaning think prophecy, the destruction, the deterioration of America is going to happen, and it comes in many forms. There's a lot of different things that's going to make this a very chaotic times, and one of the things is with the immigrants. Now the Title 42, definitely the time of Jacob's trouble, brother. See, and that's why when people sit there and say that there's not going to be a time of Jacob's trouble, and at one time they said that we were fear mongering, that's because the spirit of the Lord wasn't on them. So that's all they had to say something, I guess. Sit there and honestly look yourself in the mirror and say that there's not going to be a time of trouble, especially when it's prophesied in Daniel's the 12th chapter. All right, like you just the brother quoted just now, the time of Jacob's trouble. Was that Jeremiah? So anyway, they got this thing now which has been in play for a while, but now because they're preparing for a lot of immigrants to come and seek asylum and this, that, and the third. And I remember years ago, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Jeremiah 30 and 7. Yep. I believe it was Apostle Tahar that I first heard say it, that the reason why they were letting those immigrants in and everything, because why? They were, they was chipping them, saying we're chipping them. So now they're talking about it's a controlled family act or some shit that they're trying to do, where they're trying to integrate which is all bullshit, man. At the end of the day, that shit is all bullshit. That is leading up to the Charagma, the mark of the beast, man. And matter of fact, I'm gonna just start off. I'm gonna read that scripture real quick that we all know and love, in the book of Revelations 13, right? Revelations 13, and I'll start at 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now, what's that really dealing with? That's dealing with the Charagma, because the Charagma, that's the mark of the beast. So the image, with the word image there, is what? An icon, right? An icon is a representation or a likeness. So what's the likeness of this beast? Because at the end of the day, with the Charagma, that they are going to actually, and it's a physical thing. See, because a lot of people try to, debate the fact, it's not it's talking about philosophy, and which is, it makes no sense, man. Some people say Christianity. You had Johanna one time saying it was an embargo, and that's all false, man. And we're seeing it come to fruition. These things are leading up, definitely, which, as the apostles say, that's one of the biggest, and that, voice a little hoarse, but, we just fighting through that. But it says, reading on, it says that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? And he causeth all, both small and great. So the so-called That would represent like the small would be like these immigrants that's coming in here, coming, across the border or whatever, which that whole thing is staged and set up anyway, you know? That's a whole staged event anyway. So that I'm not surprised that they're doing this thing, man. And they know that it's gonna cause chaos, but what's gonna happen is, one, with the GPS tracking system, and I think it's beyond the GPS, they got GPS, the ankle monitors they putting on them. I believe that they already chipped, like at the border or whatever. I'm pretty sure they got chipping stations and everything set up down there, and they already basically chipped a lot of these immigrants that's coming in here, and they're gonna infiltrate, all, other places, because what happens is they get integrated. Why are they dumping them into all these different major cities? You see, because why? That's what they're targeting. At the end of the day, that's one of the targets, like New York, and that's why, we always tell you that New York is going to be one of the places hit hard with this, with the chipping and all that, with the institution of the market of beasts, where it's going to be all kind of people being forced, dragged out of their homes in certain areas, bridges being shut down where you can't go into other parts of the city. Same thing in like Chicago, Los Angeles, a lot of these major cities, man. Dallas, you can see it in a lot of these major cities throughout the United States where they're sending these immigrants. You can see why, all right? You know why. And basically, it's still, everything that this devil does is a experiment, And the scriptures tell you about how this devil, in Micah the 2nd chapter, man, he doesn't go to sleep unless he done some wickedness, man. And everything they do on a trial and error basis. They like to see, they create problems, right, and issues to see what the response is, or the reaction, to get reactions out of people, and pretty much what that does is give them information on what they need to tighten up on or whatever. Okay, yep, people is ready for the taking, but at the end of the day, this man is only doing what the Most High is allowing him to do. Because now when it said he had the power, right, when we read up earlier, it said and he had power to give life into the image, right? Well, where did that power come from? Go back to Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. And everything with these policies that they're bringing is nothing short of wickedness, man. All right? Because first of all, the scriptures tell you about, about this charagma, that you're not supposed to take it. But what Esau is doing is he's packaging it up in many ways to force people to actually take it. You see, which is going to make you an enemy of the Most High. See, the people's, the immigrants or whatever, they just using them. That's why when they got so many reports, if you look it up, they keep them, the ones that ICE supposed to grab up and everything, they keep them in the most inhumane situations. All right, and that's not done by a coincidence, man. That's not done by a coincidence. So these are the things that you got to stay on top of, because they're rolling it out, man. They're rolling it out, and things change. There's a movie that we always refer back to called Dark City, right? And what they did is, it's a lot. It goes deep. It shows you about the at midnight what they got called the which was called the bewitching hour and everything, right? And what they do is, right when people are asleep, that's when they just sit there and change up things. That's when they push out these policies, and so forth and so on. So by the time you wake up, like in the movie, they were moving different places. If it was a beach that was off of exit 7, they took that beach and moved it and put it off of exit 10. So basically that just fed people in confused, and it fucked your mind up. They brain fucked you. And that's what they're doing too with these elites, with all these different policies that they're putting in, changing the laws. And Daniel said that they would do that, right? That they would think to change the times in the laws. Well, that's what this devil's doing. They're changing all kind of laws, and all these laws that they're changing is against the scriptures, of course, but it pushes and promotes their agenda of and their whole thing of what? Basically chipping up the whole world. They want to have everybody with that charagma up in them, man. That's what's really going on, man. Because why? Then they'll feel like they have control over the people, man. And then they'll bring the whole world, which goes back into the New World Order that they've been trying to establish for the longest. So then that'll bring everybody basically under Satan, because the charagma is basically linked into Satan's database, if you will. And then with that, they could do things to you. They could control, you know, what you do. Not just track you. They could control your movements. They could control whether you can make, you know, deposit, your money situation, everything. They control your whole life, man. You're nothing but a robot being controlled by a joystick at that point, so to speak. But the Most High is not going to allow them to fulfill that, right? The Lord is going to put a monkey wrench in their program, you see? But right now, this devil is about to go crazy, man. You got Jake out here playing around and not focusing on the prophecies and the things that are going on, and they don't have no idea what's about to come, you see? But now, well, I'm going to read on, then I'm going to go to the article. Revelations 13 and 16. And we living in the time of this prophecy, man. All right? You got people that say we're not in the time of prophecy. You got people that speak down on the Bible. That's because why? They don't know. They don't know. The Most High is not dealing with them. You're going to find out majority of everybody in this world is just a bunch of fucking idiots, man. You know? A bunch of fucking idiots. Yeah, hey, and Shabbat Shalom, we're still in the Sabbath, you know, which the Sabbath is dictated, you know, just as a footnote for people who don't understand or who didn't get the memo. The Sabbath is dictated based upon the new moon, okay? And contrary to what Nate and his followers believe, you know, the full moon is not the new moon, okay? So anybody that's thinking like that is bugging out. And then, which the Spirit of the Lord is heavy. The Spirit of the Lord is heavy on the apostles and other brothers, other men of the, you know, men of the Lord, to track down, because see, these guys say things, but then they just change. They just change the doctrine up as they go. We've been telling you about this charagma since y'all known us, especially on the YouTube world. We were speaking about it before the days of YouTube, but through the Spirit of the Lord, right? And like the scriptures say, the closer we get, because it said we look through a glass darkly, right? What's that? I think that's Corinthians, the 13th chapter. Matter of fact, let me just pull that scripture out real quick, right? 1 Corinthians 13. Let me see. Where should I start this? 1 Corinthians 13, and I'll start at around I'll go straight to it. It says, "For now we see through glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as I also as I am known." So meaning what? Then when the Lord comes back, right? So now we in a time when Yahweh Shai is about to return. Okay, so now the Lord is revealing more and more secrets. Because why? The scriptures say, "Wake not up my love till he is pleased." So in other words, the things that we know now, they couldn't be revealed until after they happened, until its time period. Remember, the prophecies, the Most High got everything set in a time period. That's why the Lord speaks of the seven trumps, so forth and so on. So again, it says, "For now we see through a glass darkly." So at first, it was a time when we came into this truth. We knew about as an example, the charagma, but we didn't know, we didn't have that information of the charagma, the Greek, you know, the RFID technology and all that. We just, back then, it was a microchip. We you know, which is still the same thing, but the microchip has evolved into the RFID tracking system, or the, you know, what they call it now, digital tag. It's different names because why? Esau's always been tweaking it, right? But now remember, the Most High gave this devil the power for that, man. And it's a faith, it's a tester too, to test the faith of Israel overall, because the Most High don't care about the other nations. So all these other nations that got all the, you know, you'll see these other nations. You seen the Moabite bitch. She was sitting there happy that they gave her the you know, the mark of the beast, the charagma. She said, "Yeah, it didn't hurt." And after they finished, they gave me a cookie, right? Bitch said they gave her a cookie, you know, and that show you they're gonna have people selling out. They're gonna be offering, just like with the jump shot. The jump shot is definitely was a prelude, if you will, to the charagma. Just how they were sitting there enticing people. You know, they were sitting there, they said, "Look, you get a free Happy Meal, free Big Mac." And you know this devil don't give you nothing for free. They were going to the hood, right? They was giving drug dealers passes and all that shit. If you take the jump shot. Because why? It falls into the agenda. But now the greater, which is the greater prophecy of that, goes into the charagma, which is the chip. But at the time, going back 34, the leaders before the apostles, right? Abba Bivens, King Masha, High Priest Ariah, High Priest Elder Yaquab, the Lord didn't reveal in full detail like we got it now. Just like when Ezra's and Isaiah and them was receiving the vision, you see, when it was gradualism, that's right. Just like and Esau really got gradualism from the Most High. Just like going back to Egypt, when the Most High destroyed Egypt. He destroyed Egypt through gradualism, man, with those plagues, man. The Most High could have been killed all the Egyptians, but the Most High is with the shits, so to speak. The Most High brings the theatrics, man. All right? The Most High stretches you, man, stretches you beyond your limit. You know, the Most High tests his men. He tests their faith. That's why I said acceptable men in the furnace of affliction. And this is what we have right here. It all comes back to that, because why? This is the thing that they're pushing. And by them pushing these, now with the immigration, they're going to unleash them, supposedly. And we're going to see how far they go with it. But I already, and like I said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but because, you know, sometimes, you know, it's a lot of information and you know, we watch all kind of videos, but I remember it was Pastor Tar, I'm pretty sure he had mentioned that they already chipped, and when he said it, you know, I said, yep, I said, that makes sense. And now we're seeing them about to let more of them loose, because remember, Esau talks all that shit about how much they hate, you know, the fuck out of here, we fucking wetbacks and whatever, you got the problem at the border, they coming here taking our jobs. That's bullshit, man. The elites want them here, all right? They want them here. And it's fucked up that they're being called immigrants when really the so-called white man is the biggest fucking immigrant, the biggest nomad, stranger, you know? The white man doesn't belong, he's not indigenous to this land, all right? And he came here through deceit, thievery, all right? Murder, rape. These are things they don't want to speak about, man. You see? Coming out beautiful and scary times ahead, and that's real, because and we never said that we're not going to be in the midst of this stuff. Like we're going to be on a mountain, like we're going to be on a mountain somewhere, floating around, hiding while all the hell is taking place. The stormtroopers is coming in. They got martial law popping off. We never said that. We going to be in the midst of it too, but we know that the Lord is going to protect us. That's why Yahweh Shai said that I will go 1,000 shall fall at thy right hand, 100 at your left hand, but none shall come near thee. The Lord said 2 should be in the field, right? So in other words, we're not going to be somewhere like on a remote island, you know, in Switzerland or whatever. No, we're going to be in the midst of the fire, man. We're going to be in the midst of the fire. Hey, and double honor to all you apostles, elders, and you bishops, and you Akim out there, man. Yeah, we in that time. The Most High got us in go time. And see, that goes back to Revelations 12 and 12. All right? Goes back to Revelations 12 and 12. As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Then I'm going to read the article, you know. And this was just a spur of the moment through the Spirit. Like I said, I just wanted to speak on a few things, because prophecy is happening every day. If you don't see that the Lord is working, if you don't see that we're at the end, that Yahweh Shai is coming, then your eyes are closed, man. You know, your eyes are closed. And you can't let nothing trick you out of your spot. Can't let nothing trick you out of your crown, man. All right? We all striving to hopefully be delivered, man. You can't let nothing, no bullshit, no, you know, like I said, you can't be that weak spirit getting offended over everything. You got to learn how to, because really none of this shit matters at the end of the day. Only thing that matters is if the Lord have mercy on you. So why are you going to let things of this world or even get, like a lot of these guys get butt hurt, you know, because they go off and then the Spirit come on one of the apostles, elders, or somebody to check them, then they get offended. For what? For what? But, you know, it just goes to show that you ain't part of the elect. Because if you stop doing this, you take your hand from the plow, those who was really in the plow, then the scriptures say you're not fit for the kingdom. So the Most High basically took his spirit from you. That's why you drew back into the world, all right? Or drew back into whatever madness that these cats go into. But anyway, what we call it, Revelations 12 and 12. And these are scriptures that we always bring out, right? Excuse me. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Why would that be written? Because why? The times are going to be very chaotic. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be all kind of shit happening. Like I said, and in the midst, the other thing with the immigrants, then they going to, ain't no telling what type of plagues or diseases, because remember, they got a CDC, a Center of Disease Control, and they're active, man. All right. I knew one weirdo, bugged out, so-called Haitian nigga, and he looked like a damn lab experiment, but he's one of them, he worked in a lot of them different companies and plants. Like he do all the testing for the viruses when they, draw your blood or swab and all. He did all the testing, and he worked, he used to like freelance, worked at a bunch of different labs. He making money because they pay these, you gotta understand this thing is what is engineered, it's financed, right? It's not no coincidence when these plagues happen. You gotta learn history, right? Because it's the same thing happened before with other plagues. Everybody knows that syphilis, HIV, cancer, all these are things that were created and started in a laboratory, man. And then was pushed by the masses. And who was behind it? The same devil that's about to push that MOTB. It's the same thing. So this is all leading up to the same thing, but this is going to be on even a wider level, because they're going to do what they call the Great Reset in order to usher in this new system with the charagma. They got to get rid of the old. That's why they bankrupt in America. The deficit is so crazy, but yet, and it's a reason they still sending trillions allegedly over there to Ukraine, right? Ukraine, pardon me. Ukrainian. But but anyway, it's the reason why they're doing that, even though the debt is beyond, the debt is going, it's what, in the 30s or something like that, 30 some trillion or whatever, some astronomical number that they're never going to recover from. All right, it's going to come to the point where they're not going to be able to keep printing money. So what do you think is happening? But that's because why? They're pulling the plug on this bitch so they could bring in that new world order. Like the Bishop Ayathan was speaking about a computer. If you wanted to reprogram, if you got to reprogram a computer, you got to take the old program out of it to put the new one in. Okay, just like if you got a house, if you want to build a new house, if that old house is falling apart and everything is condemned or whatever, well, guess what? You can't just build a new house there, right, on top of the old. No, you got to sit there and demo it with the electrical, the power that comes in. You got to sit there. You got to before you could take it apart, before you could demo it, you got to set up what's called a temporary power system, right, or a temporary electric panel, right? What you might see if y'all roll by construction sites, it looks like a cross or whatever, upside down, with an electrical panel on it outside on the property, right, with the lines going. So that's the temporary feed, keep the old power going until they fix everything up, they build everything up. And then once everything is built and ready and inspected or whatever, you have the new system that's not powered up yet, but it's there, just like with the chip. It's right here. It's right here. Look, you see they've been doing all this work. They go into the stores, changing the different, the machines, the ATM machines, the doors, all these different, and it goes deeper than the thumb scan, the palm readers, the eye readers. It goes to actually you being connected, having that thing up in you. But everything is in place. So just like with an old house, before you can switch over to the new power, right, from the temporary power that you got just to keep it going, you got to make sure everything is intact. And then you got to have what they call a shutdown. All right, you got to shut down the temporary power, right, because you can't do the thing while it's live, right? And then you got to shut down and then connect the power, the main power, to the new power system you set up. Then now you got a brand new house that has a brand new power system. So that's what Esau is trying to do. But the Lord said that basically he's gonna basically throw a monkey wrench in Job. Matter of fact, in the fullness of his sufficiency. Right? Let me get that real quick. Lord willing, I'm gonna get to that article too. Like I said, this ain't probably won't be a long, I'm supposed to be meeting somebody already, but fuck it, y'all know how that goes, right? But now I'm gonna just go straight to the point in the book of Job 20 and 20 and 19. All right, Job 20 and 19. It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor. Speaking about who? This devil, the same man that's behind the charagma, the same man that's setting up all these immigrants that's about to come in. All right, the same man that's about to what? Pull the plug on these banks. Another bank went under yesterday. All right, so it's going to be a very major financial crisis, and really these crises only affect Jake. You know, Jake that ain't really got nothing, little to nothing. Other so-called Edomites that ain't really, you know, what they call them, PWT, poor white trash. You know, yep, that's a beautiful one. Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. It said, thou have appointed his bound that he cannot pass. So yeah, so this devil is not going to go past the boundaries of the Most High. But he's going to try. Just like when the angels come. They're not going to want no smoke with it. Because they know you outnumbered, man. That's like Pee Wee Herman getting in the ring with Mike Tyson. Or Pee Wee Herman coming to take on Mike Tyson, Michael Jai White, John Jones Bones. What Pee Wee Herman gonna do? He gonna faint. He ain't gonna enter into the ring, right? Well, that's how the so-called white man. He's Pee Wee Herman, all right. And the Lord's coming. I mean, even with greater force and power than those other mighty men I was speaking about. But the scriptures say they durst fight because why? The Most High is controlling every side. Just like when you had G.I. Joe dolls, those who go back to that time period, right? Even if you go back to the old school G.I. Joes with the Kung Fu grip and all that shit. But when you had G.I. Joe dolls, you would set them up, right? And most even other Jakes did it that I know, and I did it. You have the, the Cobra Commander, the G.I. Joes. You always sit there and have them fighting each other, boom, boom, So that's what the Most High does. You control who's going to win that fight, You might have Duke sitting up there fucking up Zartan, all these G.I. Joe figures, but you control it. Same thing with the Transformers. You control, if you had the figures, you sat there and so that's what the Most High is doing. That's why I said the Lord of hosts mustereth to the battle. So the Most High got his hand in his devil's back. And the scriptures say on the left-hand side where the Lord doth work. So don't, for no minute, don't think that Esau's just freely doing what the hell he wants to do. Yeah, oh, beautiful. Yep, the water. Hey, and shalom to you brothers putting all these heavy scriptures on the comment board, man. Hey, Barak Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for that. So now it says back in 19, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. And that's these devils, and they still doing it. And then they got the mother bloodhounds, man. Hellhounds, man. Right? Like Denzel said in Fences, that movie Fences, the hellhounds. I mean, not Denzel, his brother that played Gabriel, right? They got the hellhounds, the IRS, they come in to take people's shit. On top of it, here it is with these terms that we having. You got Esau still gonna roll up because most motherfuckers are in debt. Hell, I'm in debt. We all in debt. That's the curses, especially for our people. Because they got loopholes that for years that these white people been taking advantage of, but now they starting even, jack them up. They getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar because why? They want to implement this. They want that big changeover. They want to change it over into that new world order, which is under Satan, via the MOTB. You know what I'm saying? So that's why things are moving quick like it is. And a lot of people are going to be fucked up because people are not ready. People haven't been paying attention. You got dummies, and here it is, people know something's about to happen, but what do? They return back to that old chitlins that they was in. They go back to the Christian church, which why the hell are you going to the Christian church in 2023, man? Then you got niggas running to the mosque, and what the hell are you doing in Islam at 2023? Well, the answer is the Lord said he was going to choose a delusion. So these niggas out here are very delusional. They see something coming, some people, but they go into the wrong shelter. The Most High ain't been in Christianity, man. Hell, in Islam, the Most High was what Okay, how about now? Is it sound now? Is the sound available? No sound, Akim? No sound? No sound. I might have to stop it and restart it. Okay, con. All right. Hey, I don't even need to tell y'all who that was, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know who that is. But the water for the response, what the hell? Okay, the water. You know, that's Satan. And again, the scriptures tell you we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So you already know that's Satan. And brothers, be prepared to go through things, you know. Don't flip out, you know, try your best to keep you cool. You're gonna have demons coming left and right, attacking you, trying to pull you away from, you know, what's going on. Hold on 1 second, Akim. Bear with me 1 second. Cause something just ain't right. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna go back to the scriptures. That's right, it's all the test, man. You know, and what that shows is Satan is angry. We read in the scripture in Revelations 12, the devil has come down with great wrath, you know, and that's why they try to send up these guys like Vocab and other guys. Now my phone keep wanting to shut off. So I'm gonna have to finish this up because the phone keep getting ready to, or the recorder, should I say, keep shutting down. I don't know why. But anyway, you know, that's why Esau sending all these agents, and you had spies and agents in the past, man. You know, you had all these things in the past. So the same thing is happening now. And we're getting close, brother. When you see these shows, you see the spirit come on the apostles and elders and brothers. Don't take it lightly, man, because, hey, it's going to be a time where we're not going to be able to do these shows, man, you know. And to all those who are out there that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, you better pray to the Lord and get the fuck in the spirit, man. You know, stop. What are you waiting for, man? What are you waiting for? The volume's back out again. The volume's out again. Hey, you know what? I'm a stop this and redo it again. All right. So, Shalom. Oh, it's still on. Oh, it's good. Okay. Okay. So maybe that was an old message. But anyway, let me continue going on. All right. So anyway, back at Job. Hey, this is the shit we got to go through, man. This is the shit we got to deal with, and this is nothing. No, this is at this point, man. When you in the truth for a period, man, and going through so much shit, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, it's to harden you. That's why the Apostle Paul told Timothy, endure all hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai. Come, the water, Apostle. You know, because that's the condition of the battle. So really, you got, just like fighting, and the Most High, really, the Lord got warriors in this truth. You can't be no bitch ass nigga. You're not gonna last in this truth if you a bitch ass nigga. That's why the spirit got on me to do the other video. Weak ninjas wouldn't have made it, because, man, this is a spiritual boot camp what we going through, man. You know what I'm saying? This is spiritual boot camp, man. And you know, even with the regular boot camp, not everybody makes it. Not everybody passes the test, because they're not fit or built for the test. And only thing you can pray is that the Lord be with you and continue you, man. You know, because why? It's gonna get worse, man. Times are gonna, you know, everything, like the day-to-day things that we do are gonna be taken away from us, man. And are you gonna still trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai when they coming at you trying to force the charagma on you? Or are you gonna hold fast in the spirit, man? These are things that we all gonna go through, man. Okay? And some of us might be, you know, put to death. Are you ready to be put to death? Well, if you've been in this truth, you know, for a minute, you already understand death, and you know who what the Lord said, man. You know, about fearing them that could, you know, that doesn't have power. Basically, fear the Most High, who could destroy your body and soul in hell, which is here on the earth. The Most High is the one that you're supposed to fear, not the so-called white man or anybody in this world. All right, if you shoot us, we know where we go. You kill us, chop our heads off, behead us, we know we go back to the Father. All right, Ecclesiastes 12 and 7. So we understand, and you're supposed to know these things, man. You know, I'm not sure. On my end, the thing keeps going black, and I mean, hopefully you brothers could hear more than anything. But now back to the scripture, Job 20 and 19. It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, right? Because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Speaking about this devil, the so-called white man. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, because he think that he's going to just do all this wickedness and it's going to stand, like he's going to get away with destroying the Lord's elect. Remember, the Most High said that he helped forward the affliction, right? He didn't show no mercy. So it said the Lord's going to have mercy on him who showed no mercy in James, the 2nd chapter. The Lord is going to fire this devil up. But this devil, the Most High is still using him. He's a part of this thing too. So the Most High is using him to what? To bring this judgment upon our people. The issue, the charagma, because he's the damn devil. That's his lot. That's his position. You see? It says, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. Like right now, you got Jake, and which is spiritual, because his truth is about election. But a lot of Jake won't come into this thing because they're blinded by the stuff of this world. You got a lot of niggas still trying to be rap stars, hip hop moguls and producers. Got niggas still trying to be actors. Niggas still want to. They want to fulfill their dreams of being an NBA ball player, football player, right? So, cause why? Cause they get that bag. You see, but it said in this time, ain't nobody gonna want to seek his goods. Once the Lord really destroyed this devil, ain't nobody gonna be checking for this motherfucker, man. You see? But a lot of Jake is gonna die, man. A lot of Jake is gonna die. A lot of our people gonna die, man. All right? Our loved ones, so-called loved ones, of people we knew all your life or whatever. Because why? They didn't hear this. They had a chance. They heard this word. This truth is out here, but they chose the deceitful riches and the wickedness of this world. They chose to follow after Esau, the damn devil, man. And they're gonna continue to follow after him, because once shit gets heavy, just like your woman. Here it is, you can have a demon, right? Which these women are like, they're demons, man. You know, they're demons, and you know, I'm just calling it what it is. You can sit there and tell her, look, all you gotta do is take some ginger. You know, you just got this, that, and the third. You tell her, take some ginger, you know, take some cayenne pepper or whatever, right? Nah, I'm okay. That's not gonna work. Then she'll go to the fucking white man, to the doctor. Then the doctor will tell her some shit like that. Oh yeah, all you need to do is just take. Basically, the doctor will tell her the same thing that you told her. So now she'll do it because the white man said it. And that's how our people are. They got that slave mentality, man. They don't want to hear the truth from the prophets, man. All right, the men of the Lord, the real men of the Lord are out here on the highways and the byways. We telling you the word of the Most High, what the Most High is saying, right? But that's not good enough for him. Just like Jake did when Moses. Same thing happened during the time of Moses. Jake ain't want to hear it from Moses. We want to talk to the Most High. But this time, the Most High ain't going to play. He ain't going to let you off the hook. Last time, he let you scurry back like roaches to your houses and everything. The Most High ain't going to let you off the hook this time. All right? Because he said, why should I stricken you anymore? The Most High is just going to get you up off of here, man. It's coming to the point where the Most High is really going to pull the plug on a lot of you niggas, man. Because he's tired of you niggas, man. You're not waking. You ain't going to wake up, man. All right? Y'all becoming the biggest faggots. Y'all support all the wickedness of this world. You see? But hey, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we know what's really going on, man. We know what's really about to happen. Regardless of how many bright sunny days, how many which there's no mirth really in the land. I remember at this time, back in the days, 20-something years ago, you'll see all the parks, beaches filled up. You having all kind of venues going on, popping off. You barely see this stuff, man. And the people that's trying to revive that spirit is just not there no more. Because why? We're in the time where the highest is going to visit the world which he created, right? So now it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So all this bullshit that this devil did is going to backfire. You're going to have all these other nations, they're going to be casting their missiles where the Lord is going to cause it to happen, all right? But they're going to be engaging in battle with America, man, with the United States. Because why? This is the time, this is the end. All right, the United States had a certain amount of time to be in power. Esau had a certain amount of time to be in power. Now the Most High is coming back to bring judgment, man. Okay, but now let me before I close out, let me go to one of the articles I was speaking about, right? And this one's from the CBS News site, but it's all over. It says new U.S. program will require asylum-seeking families to undergo home curfews, GPS tracking, and that's the other thing too. You know, they're gonna put curfews on them and everything, but you know they're not gonna follow curfews, man. You know, and they know that a lot of these immigrants, a lot of them will come here and just like they had them so-called allegedly murdering these Edomites, this, that, and the third. So that's gonna be another problem, which they're gonna say we gotta basically send the National Guards out here. Okay, yeah, things are gonna be militarized, man. You know, in a lot of these major cities, man. You see, because really they don't have enough resources to house and take care of the thousands of thousands that are crossing the borders. All right, they don't have the resources, man. So it's going. So you know what's going to happen, man. You see, it says administration policy will require migrant families seeking asylum to undergo home curfews and GPS tracking while officials determine whether they should be allowed to stay in the country or deported. Who will apply to migrant families who claim fear of returning to their own countries after being placed in a fast-track deportation process known as expedited removal, which is bullshit because once they're here, they're not really going to be looking to get rid of them. They're going to be looking, one, they're going to be replacing a lot of you other niggas, all right? They're going to replace a lot of you niggas. They are going to take a lot of your jobs, but they're going to use them to affect a lot of people, man, to where, you know, don't be surprised you have another pandemic, another outbreak. You see what I'm saying? This devil, the scriptures tell you about this devil, man. But Jake think like, oh, nah, you making too much. You going too far. Nah, not that. All right, well, you going to be caught out there, man. We've been warning you, man. And see, the thing is with these wicked-ass Israelites, right, which they fell to submit themselves to the righteousness of the Most High, not because of us, but because of what's written in the scriptures, man. You know, the IUIC, the ISUPK, and all these other Israelite groups out there that's fighting against the truth, right? They're going to be fucked up. Just like when the shotgun, the jump shot came out, right? A lot of them, they were encouraging their members and their followers to what? To take it. Just like these churches. And again, there's nothing really, no difference from these wicked Christian churches versus these wicked Hebrew Israelite organizations, man, that are 501c3 chartered with the government. They work for the government, man. And they're leading you to your death. But the Lord said, look, if the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into a ditch. Because here it is, you know, some of you guys are made millions off of the word of the Lord, off of ripping off them idiots, right? Them blind zombies. But guess what? The so-called white man still is going to cut you off anyway. Once he don't need you no more, he cash you to the side. He might give you some crumbs. Oh, here goes a 20 million contract. Don't teach the name of the Lord, right? But then once it gets to the stage where now they rolling in with, they don't need you no more. So guess what? Your family and everything, you're going to be in a concentration camp, you know? And I'm not saying that we can't be, whatever it is, we ready for it, man. Spiritually, because we know what the end result is going to be, man. And we still going to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We still not going to fold. We still not going to take this, you know what, the MOTB. We not taking that, man. Because why? The Lord showed us not to take it, man. All right? But there's a lot of people that are not prepared and they're not ready for what's about to happen, man. But I'm gonna end it right there. You know, Satan messing with the thing. I don't know how much of this brothers are seeing, but it keeps shutting off, locking out, and I gotta keep messing with it. So I know that, I know that what we're saying is the right thing, as always, right? From the head elder apostles on down, we've been doing nothing but teaching you truth. And that's why we said GMS has 100% truth. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is dealing with Great Millstone, man. All right? And we're not saying that everybody in Great Millstone is righteous. A lot of people in Great Millstone are really not a part of Great Millstone because they're really the devil. And that's why you see a lot of dudes falling off, trying to construct a whole nother doctrine. You see, outside of what they learned and what they were taught. Well, guess what? You're going to have that too, man. And a lot of them going to be confused. A lot of them going to be ashamed. All the niggas that was a part of GMS, which a lot of them you don't even see. You know, a lot of them you don't even see. Look, the truth speaks for itself, man. You know, but a lot of them, they're gonna be fucked up. They're gonna have that sad look. They're gonna be like, damn, man, we done fucked up. You know, they're like, fuck it, give me that shit. Cause they ain't in the truth no more. A lot of them ain't teaching. A lot of them sold out and went to try to have a better life in America, you know, went to their home, had kids and all that stuff. And that's the same thing that happened before the year 2000. A lot of dudes lost faith. That's why Yahweh Shai said, when the Son of Man come, shall he find faith on the earth, right? It says, shall he find faith on the earth? Because Jake, it take the slightest thing to happen or something not go their way or whatever, and then Jake just throws it all out the window. Everything that they learned, you see? So the Most High said, look, the just shall live by their faith. So if you ain't got no faith, like the scriptures say, it's impossible to please the Most High. So the Most High ain't fucking with these dudes, man. I'm just telling you straight up, man. You know, although he did give them a spirit of delusion, which the Lord said, he said, I would choose their delusions. Because why? They're none of his. The Most High don't want these niggas, man. 2/3 of our people, and they go to that. If you fall out of the truth, then that means you was part of the 2/3. All right? And you could be out of the truth and still call yourself trying to go to the highways and the byways. But it's not, because a lot of times guys do that to save face. You see? Save face because they're like, oh man, they said I'm gonna stop teaching the name of the Lord. They said I'm gonna start changing the doctrine. They said I'm gonna start cursing the elders. They said that I'm gonna speak against Yahweh Shai, right? You're a goddamn fool to speak against Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai said, he that hate me loves death. All right? In the Proverbs, and Yahweh Shai said, look, I come in the volume of the book. So if you hate Yahweh Shai, you love death. All right? You got these simple ass niggas talking about the Lord like he's just a regular man. All right? And Yahweh Shai ain't gonna need no so-called priests or Levites to offer no sacrifices for him in the kingdom, man. You know, you still teaching that, you going off, man. All right? That's not in the scriptures, and the scriptures don't speak about that, man. All right? Hell, we're gonna be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. That's when the new covenant's gonna be established, man. In the kingdom, man. All right, the new covenant ain't established now. All right, it's coming, yeah. But in the kingdom is when we're not gonna go off. We're gonna naturally do righteousness, man. We're still subjected to sin and go off because we're in this wicked ass flesh, this wicked world. All right, and Yahweh Shai has not came yet to deliver us. But he's right here. It's gonna happen. That transition is gonna happen. All right, and so in effect, there will be a great reset, but it's going to be the great reset of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai flushing this wicked man out of the earth, man, and setting up his people, man, his holy people, the real, true Israelites, man. All right, the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Remember, we always tell you it's about the elect of Israel. All right, it ain't about having 10, because you got certain groups out there, and if you speaking the truth, we don't knock you for the truth that you speak, but the doctrine has to be 100% solid. You can't be saying that we're the Israelites, but the so-called white man's not an Edomite, or the so-called white man could be saved, or Cornelius is a Edomite. You can't be saying that, because then you really ain't got the truth. All right, and so forth and so on. You can't say we're the Israelites, but you don't know the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and it's not going to be a scripture, because remember, this is a mystery. Because sometimes guys look for things to be spelled out, straight up. The Most High don't work like that, man. This is the greatest mystery ever, man. So the Most High speaks in code. He speaks through his prophets, all right? The Bible was written in a puzzle. That's why these people are tripping. That's why you got these clowns which they know, like Vocab, he already know that we got the truth, all right? And he even said it about GMS being the deepest out of all the camps. Why would he say that? But then, as a serpent, and the spirit of Esau that's in him, then he'll try to sit there and contradict and be, because he knows, he studied. By now he should know something. He's been following, he's been watching Apostle Tahar's videos for the longest. He's been studying, so of course he's gonna know something. He should know something, and he's a damn devil. And he's getting paid to do the shit he's doing, man. And I don't need no receipt, where's the proof? You ain't gonna have a proof. Somebody that sells out, they're not gonna sit there and show you, yeah, well, I sold out, just so you know. They're not gonna tell you they sold out. That's why Yahweh Shai gave us the clues. He said, you know a tree by the fruit that it bears. And that's why a lot of these groups that get into all this, you got other Israelite groups that's into this carnal shit. That somebody talked to them, all right? Or they just doing their own thing because the Lord said, wait ye upon me, all right? We never told commissioned brothers to go do nothing, but wait for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and then while we're waiting, occupy, the work, teach. teach, prophesy, man. All right, but the Lord is about to, things are going to change, man. But anyway, you know, I'm gonna end it there. Say Kyle Halal, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Brakathum to all you sincere Akim. Shalom.